I'm Jo, Raising Aspirations Coordinator, and you're joining me today for another careers interview with Paul Gaffney. Hi, Paul.
Hello, Jo.
So, Paul, can you please describe us what your job is and an average day in your work?
Okay, well, my job title is I'm a senior project manager. I work in the construction industry. And my average day very much depends on what stage of the project we're at. So my responsibilities are for winning work within the construction sector, for then tendering that work and pricing it, and then through to delivery of that work. So in terms of winning work, I'll have a team that report into me, from an estimator, sustainability, health and safety, construction and services guys. We'll attain the design details from whatever a client wants building. We'll assess that, price that, give the client advice the best way to do it, and tender that competitively against other companies within my market. Currently, now we're just closing out a project in London for a confidential client worth 50 million. So my current day-to-day activities is ultimately the close out of this office space we're building. So I've got my team going around snagging, checking it's all fine before the client completes his furniture, plans, commissioning of all the services, electrically, mechanically, and making sure the product that we've built from scratch really over the last year and a half is spot on and in great condition for when the client migrates all his staff 2,000 of them into this office space and starts using it.
That sounds really amazing.
Yeah, very, very challenging day to day, very busy, but very, very enjoyable and fulfilling, as you can imagine.
That's good. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
So you've had some quite big clients over the years, though.
Yeah, generally, I tend to work in the technology sector. So over the last 4 or 5 years, it's been predominantly Google or the Alphabet Group, as I know, and companies within that umbrella. So currently, DeepMind is a project I'm currently on. I've also done work for Google abroad over in Europe. Amazon is a client of mine. I've done their headquarters a year and a half ago in London as well, their European headquarters. Yeah, many technology clients recently. Previous clients included, Burberry. I've done their head office, fashion change, Network Rail.
Yeah, you were involved in the Birmingham New Street redevelopment.
Station, yeah, I was on that project for 5 years, and the John Lewis they constructed there. So yeah, that was a major project I delivered. That completed about 4 or 5 years ago now. So yeah, many tend to be the jobs I tend to do are major projects, so anything over 50 million. So tend to be quite prestige and blue chip company clients that I deliver for.
Wow, very impressive.
Thank you.
So to get to where you are, though, you didn't have a very straightforward educational path, if you don't mind me saying. From what I remember, you had no idea what you wanted to do when you left school, and you didn't leave school with the greatest of grades either. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, thanks for bringing it up. It's a fair comment. I think as with most, I've got a few apprentices that work for me now, actually, sort of in their late teens and early 20s. I think it's not unusual for individuals at that age to know what they want to do with their lives. I think it's in my experience, it's a norm for people not to know what they want to do. I almost fell into the construction industry, so to speak. I left school at 16. I went to college, and then I ended up working on a construction site, which I did enjoy, and I ended up doing an apprenticeship MVQs in bricklaying, and then I was a tradesman for a number of years and self-employed. And then I ended up progressing my education as far as I went back to university when I was in my early 20s to study construction management. The first 2 years I did while I was still maintaining, working on site, if you like, and then the final year I studied full-time construction management environment in Plymouth. So yeah, I didn't. I wasn't the best student when I was 16 when I left school, and I didn't stay on and do A levels. But I found myself coming back in to further education later in life, which obviously I needed to do to get myself in the position I'm in now.
Yeah, that's good. I completely agree as well. I still don't know what I want to be when I grow up, but I think it's all about the journey and the experience. So yeah, that's good to hear.
That's right. I'm
So
still not sure what I want to do now, to be quite honest with you.
good. So what is next for you? Do you know, or not a clue?
Yeah, so I mean, I'm tendering a number of projects, obviously with the world in its current condition with a pandemic. You know, there's a potential recession coming, but fortunately, you know, many markets in the construction industry are still very busy, and there's still an insatiable demand. So we should be unaffected in pockets. So I'm currently just finishing off this project, and then I'm tendering a number of other projects. In terms of career, my next position will be operations director. That'll be my the next step on the ladder for me, if you like. So I'm currently the lead on the project with 27 people feeding into me on a major project, and then my next role will be someone will fill my boots, and I'll be overseeing it from more of a head office point of view, and looking after 2 or 3 projects, and that's what you call an operations director. That'll be my next career step.
Very fancy. So, from a diversity perspective, from my imagination, I imagine it to be very male dominated. What's your experience of that? Are you finding more females getting into sort of construction?
Yeah, definitely. I think my generation, really, I suppose people that I first came into the industry in 2000, year 2000, so 20 years now I've been in construction industry, and it is predominantly very male dominated, but over the years there seems to be more and more women coming into the industry, which is a good thing from a diverse point of view. I mean, to put things in perspective, my current team now of management staff that work for me, of the 27, 8 of those are female. So you know that's over a third. Now, to put things in perspective, 20 years ago, you probably would have been looking at 1 or 2 maximum. But definitely the amount of women coming into construction increases year on year. And for me, running a team, the diversity is healthy for the team. It's you know, a high performing team takes many people with different skills from many backgrounds, and all of them add something different to the team. If you've got the same type of person, you tend to get people looking at the same thing and getting the same solutions for problems, or getting the same issues that we can't get around. So diversity is a great thing for construction, and it's thankfully it's getting more and more common. And of course, the higher up you go, it's not just the construction guys, the tradesmen building the job that you work with. There's obviously wider roles there where you've got diversity in terms of clients, when you need to be client facing, architects, structural engineers, and of course it's the same in this industry. There's a increasing number of those guys are female as well. So I would say the construction industry is not as diverse as other industries, but definitely moving in the right direction.
That's good to know. So, to finish off, can I ask, would you recommend a career in construction and construction management, especially?
Definitely. I think the construction industry is an industry with low barriers to get into, I think, which is always a good thing. And if you're prepared to work hard, I think there's always opportunity to progress in the construction industry. It's so diverse as well. You know, the amount of sectors, you know, you think schools, hospitals, offices, railways, airports, every industry in the world construction plays a part in, and it's always very fulfilling to know when you've completed a fit out or a building or a piece of infrastructure. That's your legacy, really. You're leaving something on the earth that's going to be there probably long after you're gone if you've built it right. So I find it very fulfilling, and I would certainly recommend it for people who have got drive and are prepared to work hard. They would definitely get on in the construction industry.
That's amazing. Thank you, Paul, for this careers progression interview. We really appreciate it. Stay safe and take care.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure. All the best.